Good? We have everybody? Great. All right. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. We were just saying it's the first weekend that it looks like it won't rain, so that is a fun thing. So let's start with a warm-up. Coming onto the hands and knees, and then pressing the seat back and coming into a child seat. Stretching the arms out in front of you, reaching toward the front of the room. That third eye comes onto the mat on the forehead. And just feel that connection to the earth, making this an active pose, so reaching those fingertips forward, grounding down into the hands, into the mat. And then inhale here through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale, tucking your toes and coming up into a downward facing dog. Again, here you can pedal out the feet, feeling that grounding into the earth, establishing that connection, spreading the fingers wide, feet or hips width distance apart. And then inhale here through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. If you would not like hands-on assist tonight, please raise a leg in down dog. Inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, come forward to a plank and look forward. And notice if you have to move your feet back or forward. This is the length that your down dog should be. So on your exhale, bring your hips up and back, keeping the hands and the feet exactly where they are. Now on your inhale, come forward to a plank and look forward. And exhale here for 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. So look at me, Jessie. Exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5, inhale, exhale 6, inhale, exhale 7, inhale, exhale 8, inhale, exhale 9, inhale, exhale, bringing the hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. On your inhale, start to walk the feet forward so the toes come 6 to 8 inches behind the wrist creases. Feet can stay hips width distance apart. And then on your exhale, folding over straight legs. If your palms don't quite make it to the ground just yet, use your blocks so that you can press the palms into the blocks or a secure surface. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5, inhale, exhale 6, inhale, exhale 7, inhale, exhale 8, inhale, exhale 9, inhale, exhale 10. On your inhale, slowly roll up to stand, grounding down in the feet. And then exhale, stepping to the top of the mat if you're not quite there yet, bringing the big toes and heels to touch and standing in Tadasana. And then on your inhale, clasp the hands behind the back, tuck the chin in, and exhale, move the arms away from the torso. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale, release the hands, coming back into Tadasana. On your inhale, bring the arms alongside the ears, clasping the hands above the head, and then exhale, side bend, stretch over to the left. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5, inhale, come back to center, and exhale, side bend, stretch over to the right, inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. On your inhale, come to stand up, and then exhale, keeping the hands clasped, bring the hands behind the head, elbows pointing out to the side. On your inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, start to arch back. Inhale, exhale, arch back a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, arch all the way back. On your inhale, come to stand up, and then exhale, bringing the elbows together and tucking the chin. This will be slowly rolling down, one vertebrae at a time, continuing to wake up the spine. So inhale, exhale, bring the nose toward the sternum. Inhale, exhale, bring the forehead toward the sternum. Inhale, exhale, bring the forehead toward the breastbone. Inhale, exhale, bring the forehead toward the navel. Inhale, exhale, bring the forehead toward the pubic bone. Inhale, exhale, bring the forehead toward the mid-thigh. Inhale, exhale, bring the forehead toward the knees. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees, touching the forehead to the knees if you can. On your inhale, keeping the knees bent, lifting just the torso, elbows come out to the side. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Inhale, come to stand up. And then exhale, arch back. Inhale, come to stand up. And then exhale, bring the hands by the side. Inhale, you can bring the feet as wide as the mat, toes pointing out, heels on the mat. And then exhale, bringing the sit bones down and coming into a yogi squat. Hands in heart center, elbows pressing into the insides of the knees. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5, inhale, exhale 6, inhale, exhale 7. Whose phone is on and needs to turn it off, please? Exhale 8, inhale, exhale 9, inhale, exhale 10. Placing the hands on the ground and come to sit down. So coming to find a comfortable seat, sitting upright, maybe you sit on a blanket, your choice for a comfortable seat this evening. And just close the eyes for a minute. Take a deep, full inhale through the nose. Deep, full exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale everything out. And let's start our practice tonight with 3 ohms. So here at Urban Sadhu, we like to have some chanting during each one of our practices. And each month we look at a different exploration. This month we're looking at the chakra system, or the subtle body. And so, we have 7 chakras within our internal subtle body. And each Friday we've been looking at a different one. And so this week we'll explore the Anahata chakra, or the thinking that it's located close to the heart center. And before we talk a little bit about that, Tonight I wanted to chant from page 16. And this is an inscription found on a stone. It's a pretty popular song around here. It's called Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some small way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. So we'll do it as a call and response, and then we'll put it all together pretty quickly. Loka, together. Loka samasta, samasta sukhino, sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta. Let's do those two together. So Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Sukhino together. Bhavantu. So I'll sing it one time, and then we'll sing it together one time all the way through, and then we can keep singing, okay? Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Together. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. 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 So I wanted to chant this tonight because as we think about the Anahata chakra, and we'll talk about what that means in a minute, this mantra here helps us to think about compassion, about unconditional love, about opening our heart to others, and thinking about how to act in some small way to bring happiness and freedom to all beings. And so in Sanskrit, the word chakra means disc or wheel. And we have these 7 major wheels. We kind of envision them. They're in our subtle body, so they're not really a part of the anatomy. But we envision them as if they're going up the spine, just to help us understand where they are in the body and try to place them based on some anatomical items we already have. And as you think about moving up through these different 7 chakras, it's trying to get closer to super consciousness. And so we talk about Kundalini sitting at the base of the spine, and it's kind of like a coil or a serpent, and it can sit dormant down there. But as we work on ourselves, as we work on our yoga practice, Kundalini can start to rise. And it can come through each one of these chakras. So we started the month talking about the Muladhara chakra, which sits at the base of the spine. The bija sequence is Lam. The color is red. And we think about that as the foundation, our home, our security, our food. And those are connected to our standing asanas. The Swadhisthana chakra, or Vam, orange, that's associated with sexuality, creativity, right? And that's kind of sitting right below the navel. Last week we talked about the Manipura chakra, or Ram is our bija mantra. The color is yellow. It's associated with our ego and twisting asanas. And last week we talked about the ego and the perception of it, of like, how do you think about power in the world? Is it an inflated ego, a deflated ego? And how to think about trying to unblock that chakra so that you move up into the Anahata chakra. Again, kind of at the heart center. The bija mantra is Yam, and the color is green. And once you move past this idea of power over others with the ego, is where you can start to unlock unconditional love. And so if we earnestly give up that love of power for the power of love, the Kundalini can travel into our Anahata. Unconditional love and compassion begin to infuse themselves into the consciousness. And this is where our spiritual awakening can truly start. So it's kind of like a locked gateway, Austin writes in his exploration. And this is kind of where our secret garden, so it's nice that it's the color green, can reside. And the key to unlocking this, the key to this gate, is love and compassion for all beings. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. This is also associated with back bends, so we'll have some fun with those this evening. And then just quickly to touch on, though we'll get into more detail next week, we have, if you move up from the Anahata chakra, you have the Vishuddha chakra, which is located at your throat. The color is like a light blue. Hum is the bija mantra. It's starting to associate with wisdom, your speech. And from there, we move to the Anya chakra, which is your third eye. So when we were in child seat, touching our third eye, if you will, to the ground, it's often associated with the mind, the color indigo, and the sound of Om. And then you finally have the Sahasrara, I cannot ever say that one, chakra, sitting at the top of your head. And that's where Kundalini is released and reunites with God consciousness. And the sound for that one is also Om. So as you practice tonight and focus on your Anahata chakra, your heart center, think about dedicating your practice to someone you can open your heart to give unconditional love to without expecting anything in return. So you can fold up your chant books and come to stand at the top of the mat. You can just place your chant books off to the side. I'll come and pick them up. And then standing at the top of the mat, bringing big toes and heels to touch, hands by the side, Tadasana. And then bringing the hands together in prayer and bowing the head slightly, closing the eyes, and setting your intention for the practice tonight, just as we said. And then opening the eyes, hands by the side, Tadasana. On your inhale with straight legs, bring the hands together in prayer and bring the prayer hands up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. And then exhale, fold over straight legs, Uttanasana. On your inhale, look up, prepare. And on your exhale, you can step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And stay here. Inhale. Exhale 1, Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bend the knees, look forward, prepare. On your inhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. And exhale, fold over straight legs, Uttanasana. On your inhale with straight legs, bring the prayer hands up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. Let's do that again. On the inhale, bring the prayer hands together, bring the prayer up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. On your inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and stay. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bend the knees, look forward, prepare. On your inhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold over straight legs. On your inhale with straight legs, bring the prayer hands up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. One more time, inhale, prayer hands up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold over straight legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and stay. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. So step your feet about hips width distance apart. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bend your knees, look forward, prepare. On your inhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. And exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale with straight legs, bring the prayer hands up overhead. And exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. On your inhale with straight legs, hook your thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, clasp your hands behind your back, straighten arms and legs. On your inhale, place your hands down next to your feet, step your right foot back to a lunge, look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On your inhale, step your right foot forward to a lunge and look forward. Exhale, left foot comes to meet right and fold over straight legs. On your inhale, bend your knees, hook your thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, clasp your hands behind your back, straighten arms and legs. On your inhale, place your hands down next to your feet, step your left foot back to a lunge, look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank position. Exhale, Chaturanga. Actually bend your elbows, Shubha. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On your inhale, step your left foot forward to a lunge, look forward. Exhale, right foot comes to meet left and fold over straight legs. On your inhale, bend your knees, hook your thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. We're going to do that one again. We're going to add on to it as we go, so listen. On your inhale with straight legs, hook your thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, clasp your hands behind your back, straighten arms and legs. On your inhale, place your hands down next to your feet, step your right foot back to a lunge. Exhale, drop down to your right knee. On your inhale, hook your thumbs, reach up and arch back. And exhale, place your hands down on the ground, step back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On your inhale, step your right foot forward to a lunge, look forward. Exhale, drop down to your left knee. Inhale, hook your thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, hands down to the ground, step your foot forward, fold over straight legs. On your inhale, bend your knees, hook your thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, clasp your hands behind your back, straighten arms and legs. On your inhale, place your hands down next to your feet, step your left foot back to a lunge, and exhale, drop down to your left knee. On your inhale, hook your thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, place your hands down on your mat, step back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On your inhale, step your left foot forward to a lunge, look forward. Exhale, drop down to your right knee. Inhale, hook your thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, place your hands on the ground, step your right foot to meet the left, fold over straight legs. On your inhale, bend your knees, hook your thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. On your inhale, bend your knees, arms alongside ears, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold over straight legs, Uttanasana. On your inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. On your inhale, step your right foot forward, left heel comes down. Rise up, warrior one, and exhale here for one. Inhale, exhale two. Inhale, exhale three. Push me away. Inhale, exhale four. Inhale. Now exhale, keeping the feet exactly where they are. Open the arms out to a cactus. Just like that. Inhale, exhale one. Inhale, exhale two. Squeezing those shoulder blades together in the back. Exhale three. Inhale, exhale four. Inhale, exhale five. Inhale, bring the arms back toward traditional warrior one arms, and then exhale, open arms and hips to warrior two. On your inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, reach toward Krishna, placing your right hand on your right shin. Left arm comes up to the sky, and exhale here, Trikonasana. Inhale, exhale one. Inhale, exhale two. Inhale, exhale three. Inhale, exhale four. Inhale, exhale five. On your inhale, come to stand up tall. And then exhale, bring the arms down by the sides. Inhale, turning the shoulders and the hips back toward the front, squaring off the hips. Exhale, clasp the hands behind the back. On your inhale, arch back. And then exhale, bend the right knee and fold forward, bringing the torso to the inside of the right leg and moving the arms away from the torso. Inhale, exhale one. Inhale, exhale two. Inhale, exhale three. Inhale, exhale four. Inhale, exhale five. On your inhale, come to stand up tall, straightening the right leg. And then exhale, release the hands down. On your inhale, move the left foot, the back foot, just out to the side slightly and turn the toes to point forward. So before they were at an angle, now you're pointing them forward. And then on your exhale, put the right hand on the hip and the left arm comes up alongside the ear. Inhale, bend forward so torso comes parallel to the ground. And then exhale, place the left hand on the outside of your right foot on the floor or a block. Inhale, lift the right arm up to the sky. And exhale here for one, revolved triangle. Inhale, exhale two. Inhale, exhale three. Inhale, exhale four. Inhale, exhale 5. On your inhale, come to stand up just as you came down, right hand to the hip, left arm alongside the ears, and then exhale, hands by the side. On your inhale, bring the arms out to the side, perpendicular to or parallel to the ground, and then exhale, bring the hands behind the back, coming into a secret prayer. If your arms don't quite make it, you can also pull the knuckles together, or you can clasp the hands behind the back. On your inhale, keeping the hips squared off toward the front of the mat, arch back slightly, and then exhale, fold forward, chin to shin. Are you okay?
I hurt my arms.
Do you need to take a rest?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want some ice? No? Are you sure? Okay, if you want anything, just let me know and we'll go to get it for you. Okay. On your inhale, come to stand up. Exhale, release the hands by the side. On your inhale, bring the hands to the hips. Turn the right foot toward the left side of the mat. And then exhale, turn the left foot towards the back edge of your mat. So the back of the room, the mirrored side of the room, is now the front. Making sure that the right toes are now pointed toward the top right corner of your mat. Inhale, bring the arms alongside the ears, palms pressed together, and then exhale, bend the left knee for warrior 1. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, push me away, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale, open the arms into cactus arms, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, bring the hands back together, and then exhale, open arms and hips to warrior 2. On your inhale, straighten the left leg, and then exhale, shifting the hips back, reaching forward, placing the left hand on the left shin, and then inhale, bringing the right arm up to the sky for Trikonasana. Exhale here, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. On your inhale, come to stand up, and then exhale, bring the hands by the side. Inhale, turn toward the mirrored side of the room, squaring off the hips, and then exhale, clasping the hands behind the back. On your inhale, arch back, and on your exhale, bend the left knee and fold forward on the inside of the left leg, moving the hands away from the torso. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. On your inhale, come up to stand, straightening the left leg and arching back, and then exhale, hands by the side. Inhale, move the right foot out slightly so your legs are like on railroad tracks, and then turn the toes toward that back edge, which is now the front side of your mat. Inhale, place the left hand on the hip. Exhale, right arm comes alongside the ear. Inhale, fold forward, pulling the left hip back, right hip forward, and then exhale, placing the right hand on the outside of the left foot on the floor or a block. And then inhale, lifting the left arm up. Exhale here for revolved triangle. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, coming back to stand up just the way you came into this, and then exhale, bringing the hands by the side. Now inhale, bringing the arms out to the side. If your shoulders feel tight or you just want to play it safe, you can just bring the knuckles together or clasp the hands behind the back again, or option to come into secret prayer. And then inhale, lengthen the spine, keeping the hips squared. And then exhale, folding forward, chin to shin, Parsvottanasana. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, come to stand up tall. And exhale, bring the hands by the side. On your inhale, turn the left toes in, so now your toes are pointing toward that left side of the mat again. Exhale, turn the right toes to the front, coming back into warrior 1 legs. Inhale, bring the arms alongside the ears, prayer hands together, and then exhale, bend the knee for warrior 1. On your inhale, bring the hands down to the ground, coming up onto the ball of the back foot and coming into a lunge. And then exhale, bringing the left knee to the outside of the right foot and coming to sit down on both sit bones. On your inhale, lift the left arm alongside the ear, and then exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, counter twist. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, setting up for Agni Stambhasana. So bringing the left shin parallel to the front of the mat, and then stacking the right shin on top of it. If you need to use a blanket, block, some other variation, I'm happy to help. Right ankle over left knee, feet are flexed. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, come to sit up tall. And then on your exhale, setting up for Gomukhasana. So we're going to stack our knees instead of our shins. You can tip forward slightly if you need to, stacking the right knee on top of the left, and then bringing the heels back toward the sit bones. Now on your inhale, bring your hands out to the side. And then bring the left arm, turn the thumb down, and bring it toward the back, palm facing out, fingertips pointing up. And then bring the right arm alongside the ear. And then exhale, see if you can bend that right elbow and clasp your fingers together. Here's a nice place for a belt if you can't reach, because you don't want to look like this. You want to be sitting up tall. Good. Now on your inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. On your inhale, come to sit up. Exhale, release the hands. On your inhale, swing that right leg around. Tuck those right toes, and then exhale, come into a downward facing dog. On your inhale, step your left foot forward, right heel comes down, rise up, warrior 1, and exhale here. On your inhale, bring the hands down to the ground, coming up onto the ball of the right foot, coming into a lunge. And then exhale, bringing that right knee to the outside of the left heel and coming to sit down. Sitting on both sit bones equally. On your inhale, lift the right arm alongside the ear. And then exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. On your inhale, come back to center. And exhale, counter twist 1 breath. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, setting up for Agni Stambhasana with the left leg stacked on top of the right. So right shin comes parallel to the front of the mat. Left shin stacks on top of it. Feet are flexed toward the sides of the room. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, come to sit up tall. And then exhale, come to stack the left knee on top of the right. So a couple ways to do that. You can just slide it over. Again, you can kind of shift forward a little bit to get those knees in line. And then come to sit back, bringing the heels toward the sit bones. And then same arms as last time, just reversed. Bring your arms out to the side. Turn the right thumb down and bring it to the back, fingertips pointing up, palm facing out. And then bring the left arm alongside the ear, bend the elbow, and see if you can connect. This side could be different than the other one, but again, a belt is your friend here because you want to sit up tall and not cock your head to the side. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale, 5. Inhale, come to sit up tall. And now exhale, listen, because we're going to do something a little different. Straighten the left leg out in front of you, and then straighten the right leg to meet it. Flex the feet, toes pointed up to the sky, sitting up tall, hands by the side, Dandasana. On your inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, fold forward over your legs, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale, 5. Inhale, exhale, 6. Inhale, exhale, 7. Inhale, exhale, 8. Inhale, exhale, 9. Inhale, exhale, 10. On your inhale, come to sit up. And then exhale, bend the knees, place the feet flat on the ground where the knees were. Bring the fingertips 6 to 8 inches behind you. And then on your inhale, pressing into the hands, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips. And then exhale, bringing the head back with control for 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale, tuck the chin into the chest and come sit down. Now bring the feet together, heels together, toes pointing out, knees pointing out like in a V, and then bring the arms in front of you. And then you can do a little, just try to get a little momentum, because then you're going to come and stand up. Good. There you go. You can do it, Priya. Come on. Try. Maybe move your feet a little bit farther. Yeah. Come on. All right. Feet together. Tadasana. On your inhale, bend your knees, arms alongside ears, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold over straight legs, Uttanasana. On your inhale, step your left foot back to a lunge and look forward. And then exhale, drop down to your left knee. Left knee comes behind the hip. On your inhale, Shubha, step your foot forward a little bit. You don't want your knee too far ahead of your toes. It will a little. Inhale, lift the torso, interlace the fingers and place them on the right thigh. And then exhale, shift the hips forward. So Jesse, you might, if you want to move your knee back a little bit, just readjust and move it back if you want to. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. On your inhale, bring your hands down to frame the right foot. And then exhale, you have an option here. You can tuck the back left toes and lift the knee off the ground. This is the harder version. Or you can move the left knee forward right underneath the hip and keep it on the ground, your choice. Whichever one you're in, on your inhale, lift the torso and bring the arms alongside the ears. And then exhale, bring the hands through heart center and twist to the right. Left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. Inhale. If your knee is still on the ground and you'd like to tuck the toes and lift the left knee, you can do that. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Now listen, on your inhale, step your left foot to meet the right, remaining in a twist, Utkatasana twist. And exhale here for 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Look down, are your knees in line with each other? Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On your inhale, come back to center, arms alongside ears, Utkatasana. And exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. On your inhale, bend your knees, arms alongside ears, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold over straight legs, Uttanasana. On your inhale, step your right foot back to a lunge. And exhale, drop down to the right knee. Right knee is behind the hip. On your inhale, lift the torso, interlace the fingers, and place them on the top of the left thigh. And then exhale, shifting the hips forward for Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On your inhale, place your hands down to frame the left foot. And now again, you have an option. Try to do the same one that you did this time. You can tuck the back toes and lift the right knee off the ground. On your inhale, lift the torso, arms alongside your ears. And then exhale, hands through heart center, twist to the left. Left elbow or right elbow outside of left knee. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Looking over the left shoulder. So really looking in the way that you are twisting. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Now with control, step the right foot forward to meet the left, remaining in a twist. And exhale here for 1. Look down, are your knees in line with each other? Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, come back to center, arms alongside ears, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. On your inhale, bend your knees, arms alongside ears, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold over straight legs, Uttanasana. On your inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. On your inhale, come forward to a plank position, look forward. Exhale the knees, chest, chin. Now stay here. Bring the arms around the back and clasp the hands together. And exhale here for 1. You got it, Jesse. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Caroline, straighten the arms. Exhale 4. Yeah, there's that shoulder stretch. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, place the hands back down on the ground and slide forward into Bhujangasana. And then exhale here, lifting the hands off the ground for 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale, now bring the legs together. Exhale 3, pressing into the tops of the feet. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Turn the cheek to one side. Rock the hips from side to side. Turn the forehead back toward the center, and this time clasp the hands behind the back, keeping the legs together. And then on your inhale, coming up into Shalabhasana, so lifting the head, the shoulders, the arms, the legs, and exhale here for 1. Inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale, release the hands and come down. Turn the cheek to the other side and rock the hips from side to side. Turning the forehead back to center, bending the knees, reaching around to the outside of the feet, the shins, the ankles, setting up for Dhanurasana. On your inhale, lifting everything up as one unit, and exhale here for 1. Inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale, come down. Turn the cheek and rock the hips. Now bringing the hands next to the chest. Inhale, upward facing dog, coming onto the tops of the feet, lifting the legs. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. And then on your exhale, bring the knees right behind the wrist creases. So we're just coming to stand up on our shins. Lifting the torso, you can come onto a blanket if you need to for your knees. Keeping the legs hips width distance apart. Bring the hands to the hips, fingertips pointing up, bringing the elbows toward each other. Now tuck the chin into the chest so the head comes back last. If you need to do a modification, you can tuck the toes. If you need to bring those heels back or closer to you, you can also put the toes on a block, and I can help you to do that. Inhale, reach up, shift the hips forward, start to arch back. Then with both hands at the same time, reach down to grab the heels, and then exhale, finally let the head go back as your hips shift forward. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, go ahead, see if you can go back a little bit, inhale, I got you, exhale 5. On your inhale with control, come to sit up, and then exhale, come to sit on the shins, coming into thunder seat. And then twist to the right, just to decompress the spine. Come back to center, and then twist to the left. Let's do that one more time. So coming back up onto the shins. Now if you tried it first with the tucked toes, and this time you want to try and come onto the tops of the feet, you can do that. Bringing the hands to the hips, fingertips pointing up. Bringing those shoulder blades together, tuck the chin. Inhale, start to shift the hips forward, then lean back. And then exhale, finally bringing the hands to the heels or the arches of the feet, and then bringing the head back. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, step the right foot forward, then step the left foot forward, and come to stand up. So we're going to go to the wall and practice Natarajasana. So you can take the mat with you if you'd like, that's okay, and come to set up at the wall. And the reason why we're going to use the wall is because I want us to stand up straight. You can just move it closer. I mean, we have some space, but make some space for your neighbor. Because Nataraj Asana, the way that we're going to do it tonight, is really about a lower back bend, a psoas opener, right? And so sometimes you'll see people in the middle of the room like this. That's not what we're going to do today. That's not wrong. We've done that before. But what we're going to do is actually bring our foot up with both hands and really find that asana through the lower back and psoas. Okay. So everybody take your belt and make a loop with your belt. You can make it about this big. Does everybody know how to make a loop? It's kind of like those belts that you used to have maybe as a kid. You just put it through both. Let's get that. And then you kind of bring the long end through just one. So then you'll this one's an extra long one, which is a little tough. But then you kind of loop it back through like this. Okay. Everybody have their loop? Yeah, okay. So now you're gonna face the wall. So you can come over here and look for a minute. And you can't be all the way up against the wall, but just like maybe 3 inches back, okay? Just enough so that the wall will stop you from tipping forward like this to try and get into the asana, okay? So now you're gonna take the loop. You're gonna put it on your right foot first. And then you're just gonna take that behind you. So now your right knee is bent, your right foot is pointed up toward your booty, and your right elbow is alongside your right ear, kind of like how we did in Gomukhasana. And then you're going to take the left arm, bring it alongside the ear, and grab that belt. So now you have the belt with both arms. And then you're just going to start to walk your hands down. You can put the elbows on the wall, right? But then that's where your torso is going to stay. And now you're going to start to walk your hands down, trying to move your foot closer to your head. Good, Jessie. Can you keep walking your hands down anymore? Good. So Caroline, see if you can. Does it feel tight? Yeah. So if you move your leg out a little bit, right? How's that? It hurts, yeah. So that's why we do all of our Anjane asanas and psoas openers, right? So that you can start to open this part of the body a little bit more. Good, Priya. See if you can walk your hands down a little bit more. So try that. If you came down, try this leg one more time and then we'll move over to the left. Good, Shubha. Can you walk your hands down any more? Down the belt. There you go. You can try to put your elbows on the wall to give yourself a little bit of traction. Good, Anna. Can you walk your hands down anymore? All right. So So when you're ready, you can release the belt, release the leg. Don't do any like folding over or anything. We're in the middle of back bends, but you can kind of shake the legs out from side to side. So keep the knees closed. I mean, you are like, it'll go out to the side a little bit, but it's not about doing that. You're really trying to open up from here and bring your foot towards your head. Okay? So now let's take the right toes just a couple inches from the wall. Take the loop and loop it over the foot. And then bring that strap on the left shoulder, reaching around. And then reach back with the right hand as well. And then start to walk the hands down the belt. Jesse, it's counterintuitive, but try to shift the hips forward while you walk the hands down the belt. Can you walk your hands down anymore? Good. Come on. You got a cramp? So if you came down, try again. Good. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath just because it's hard. The breath is what helps us bring our prana into the areas that feel uncomfortable. And remember, we have to show ourselves unconditional love as well as others. All right. So when you're ready, come down, shake it out, get all those cramps out. How do we feel? Okay? We feel like Shiva, Natarajasana. Yeah. Okay. Now come to stand at the top of the mat in Tadasana. And then step the right knee down, the left knee down. Come to sit on the heels, and then we'll do another neutralizer by twisting right. Come back to center, and then exhale, twist left. So the reason why we don't like to do back bends and forward folds is because it really confuses the spine and you can hurt yourself. I mean, we're all pretty young and active here, but that's why, when we're stepping up, we're stepping down, we like to do neutralizers during back bends, but we don't want to start doing forward folds and back bends. You can end up getting an injury that way. So now bring the hips over to the left, feet will come out to the right, and let's come to lie down on our backs because we have more heart openers to do. You can face whichever way you'd like, that's okay. Bend the knees, bring the arms alongside the body and tickle the heels. And then on your inhale, press into the feet and lift the hips up. And then exhale, clasp the hands underneath the back, or you can grab the sides of the mat and pull the mat apart. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, Exhale, release the hands and come down, the upper, the middle, the lower back. So now windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Don't give them a hug yet. And now we're going to set up for Urdhva So you have some options. If you're like, that's it, I'm done, my heart is open, but I need a rest, you can do what we just did, Setu Bandhasana, half bridge. You can do half bridge and put a block underneath the sacrum, supported half bridge, or we'll move into 3 Urdhva Dhanurasanas or upward bows. So if you're joining for that, bend the knees, place the feet on the ground, place the hands next to the ears, fingertips pointing toward the shoulders. And on your inhale, pressing into the hands, pressing into the feet, and lifting up. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin into the chest and come down. Upper, middle, lower back. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side. So remembering that person that we dedicated our practice to tonight, or the concept and intention of unconditional love in some way. So we have 10 more breaths of Urdhva Dhanurasana to go. Your choice. You can come up and down 10 times if you'd like. I don't recommend that one. You can do 2 more Urdhva Dhanurasanas, 5 breaths each, or you can stay up for 10 breaths. Yogi's choice. Place the hands next to the ears, plant the feet on the ground. Inhale, lift up. Exhale 1. And as you're done with your 10 breaths, you can tuck the chin into the chest and come down. Give the knees a hug now. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Trying to elongate the spine, so keeping the entire spine on the ground down to the tailbone, making small circles with the sacrum. Coming into a happy baby. Again, so bringing the knees out, kind of underneath the armpits, grabbing the outsides of the feet. Again, making sure that the tailbone stays on the ground. Yep, exactly. And then you can rock from side to side. And then giving the knees a hug. Bringing the knees over to the left side, knees in line with navel, and then looking out over the right shoulder. And then coming back to center, giving the knees a hug, and then bringing the knees over to the right side, looking over the left shoulder. Making sure that if you're going to eagle wrap, your knees are still in line with your navel. Inhale, come back to center. Give the knees one more hug. And now we're going to move into shoulder stand. So if you have shoulder stand in your practice, go ahead. Bring the legs up overhead into Halasana, and then move into shoulder stand. Your other options include Viparita Karani. So Caroline, but before we come into shoulder stand, we are going to do Halasana and get ourselves situated. You can do Viparita Karani, legs up the wall, sit bones come to the wall, creating an L shape, torso on the ground, legs up the wall. Or you can do Supta Baddha Konasana, laying on the ground, knees out to the side, feet together. So set up your blankets. And then coming into halasana, so bring your legs overhead, touch the toes to the ground behind you. Now if your toes touch the ground, bring the hands to the back. Fingertips pointing up, trying to bring those shoulder blades and those elbows closer together. And now start to take the knees toward the forehead, knees up overhead, and then finally straightening the legs. So come down for a second. Okay. So when we use a blanket, we're going to put our mat over top of the blanket so that you don't slip, right? Because we want to protect our neck at all costs. So that's why you have the grippy part here. So now you can come to lie down. Put the shoulders on the edge of the bended mat. And now exactly, try to keep your thumbs on the back, not on your hips, and then you can lift your legs. So if you notice during our class, we started with our standing asanas, our Muladhara chakra, created that foundation and established that security with the earth. We moved into our forward folds, our Swadhisthana chakra, Paschimottanasana, Agni Stambhasana. Then we moved into our twists, our Manipura chakra, Utkatasana twist. And then we worked on our Anahata, right? So as we unlocked each one of those chakras, or at least thought about them through our class, we moved into opening our heart into that unconditional love. Yam is our bija mantra. The color is green. And now in shoulder stand, we're in our Vishuddha chakra, Ham, and light blue color. Our speech, our wisdom comes from here. Wisdom and love come together to create that compassion and unconditional love. If your legs are still in shoulder stand, hinge at the hips, bringing the feet behind you, tucking the toes behind the head. If the toes reach the ground, then you can release the hands, clasping the hands behind the back. If they don't reach the ground, keep the hands on the back, keep the knees toward the forehead. And then bend the knees, bring the knees around the ears, Karni Padasana. Take the hands and either hug the thighs or bring the fingertips into the knee creases. Caroline, come onto the tops of the feet. There you go. And then bringing the hands down to the mat, using them as brakes, and then slowly rolling down, one vertebrae at a time. And then if you joined in at any part of shoulder stand, let's move into Matsyasana. So taking the blanket out from under our mats and lying flat on our back. Tucking the elbows in, palms facing up. Inhale, puff up the chest. And exhale, come to the top of the head. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5, tuck the chin into the chest and come down. Bring the left arm alongside the ear and roll over onto the abdomen, coming into a child seat. Touching that Ajna chakra to the ground again, feeling that vibration with the ground and the earth. Our bija mantra is Om. The color is indigo. And then moving into our Sahasrara chakra, the crown of the head, coming into headstand. 1,000-leaf lotus. So bring the arms alongside the ears. If you have headstand in your practice, and you know how I would tell somebody to come up into it, then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I'll walk us through headstand prep. You can turn around and face the wall if you'd like to use that as a prop for you. So, clasping the hands together, bringing the wrist creases together, and then bringing the top of the head to the ground behind the wrist creases. And then tucking the toes, lifting the hips. And then walking the hips forward over the shoulders, over the forearms. Caroline, bring those elbows closer together. And then maybe you tuck one knee in and tip forward slightly so you can feel putting that pressure into those forearms. Maybe you put that foot down. Maybe you bend the other knee in. And then you move both knees up over the hips. And then finally moving the legs up. So Shubha, do not use this blanket this way. Come on down. So if you put a blanket on the ground like that, your forearms are just going to slip and slide. We don't want that, right? So if you want to use a blanket, you have to put your forearms underneath the blanket, and you can put like this, and then your head goes here, okay? I mean, I don't particularly like the blanket, but so Caroline, do you want to face the wall and try? Tuck the toes, lift the hips, walk the feet forward. Start to press into those forearms so you feel like you could even lift the head. You don't have to lift your head, but I'm just saying, right? You can feel how that puts pressure there. Now there you go. Go ahead. Now bend one knee. Plant the foot on the wall. There you go. Now that way you can straighten the spine. Go ahead, bend. Bend the other one. Come on, bend the other one. There you go. Good. If you're still in headstand, slowly make your way down. With control. And then come into a child seat. You can bring the arms alongside the back of the sides of the body. You can keep them out in front. And then setting up for Shavasana, final resting position. So letting go of that Ujjayi breathing, coming to lie on the back, palms facing up, legs out to the side. You can roll up a blanket and put it underneath your legs. And just resting into the mat, absorbing the learnings, the teachings from today. Taking a deep, full inhale, filling the body with the breath, and then exhale everything out. Taking a deep, full inhale, and by means of the breath, starting to bring movement into the fingers, the toes, making circles with the ankles and wrists. Stretch the arms up overhead. Stretch the right side. Stretch the left side. Stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. And then coming to roll over onto the right side into a fetal position. And then pressing into the left hand, coming to sit up. Sitting on a blanket, finding a comfortable seat for a short meditation practice. Sitting up tall, closing the eyes, drawing the senses inward. Deep full inhale through the nose. Deep full exhale through the nose. If you have a mantra that you like to use during meditation, you can go ahead and use that. If not, on the inhale, silently say to yourself, Om. And on your exhale, silently say to yourself, Om. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukino Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Let's close our practice tonight with 3 Oms and 3 Shantis. Bringing the hands together in prayer, bowing the head slightly, giving thanks and praise to the teachers and the teachings of the past, the teachers and the teachings of the present, the teachers and the teachings that have yet to be revealed to us. Om Bolo Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful evening. My name is Stefanie. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you for sharing your practice with us tonight and your unconditional love.